Welcome back to Descendants. As most of you know, last night we had a dev live stream. I'm going to quickly go over all the points that they had in that live stream. I'm going to try and keep it under 5 minutes, so here we go. All right, the very first thing that they started talking about were some live issues with the game. This included the Descendant balance patch. Everybody knows that Ines got a couple of nerfs. She caught some flack. I want everybody to know that Ines is still just as good as she used to be. She can still blitz through content. The only thing she can't do is attack things on walls, which is a known issue and only part of her first ability and will be fixed in the future. Her 2, her 3, and her 4 ability still go through walls. Still hit inanimate objects, still just as powerful as before. You guys are fine. Stop whining about it. I know that may come off as a little harsh or crass, but trust me when I say trust the devs when they say the health of the game depends on Ines getting nerfed. They were having to balance content around Ines. She was so strong, she was warping everything, and it was very, very difficult to make new content because of how strong Ines was. So in order to have better, more fulfilling content in the future, Ines needed to be adjusted this way. They're making Void Erosion Purge improvements so that skills are going to deal more damage in there, and they have a new video kind of showcasing that, so we'll show that. I'll put a link to that into the description below for you all to see. And they are not going forward with the external component updates. They're holding off on that because there is, as they call it, a supply and demand for power versus content in the game. So the external component core updates were going to give us more power, more defense, they were going to make us stronger, and there's no content in the game to justify it. So the resources that were being diverted to do that have been put on hold, and they're going to be working on new and better things. So here they're talking about Blair's story and his ultimate character story. He's going to be one of the first characters to actually discover his ultimate path, and they're going to make it a little more lighthearted. Blair's going to be bringing some humor and some lightheartedness to an otherwise dark and very macabre stories that have been told so far with Sharon, Freyna, and Bunny. Blair's going to add a little bit of levity to all of that. And there's another screenshot here of Blair and a possible romance, throwing a ball around, and I can't exactly tell who that might be, but we can look forward to having a fun and more lighthearted story when it comes to Blair. So next up, they talked about Blair and some of his new skills and how he's going to have some new Transcendent mods with it. Here, I'll play the video just a little bit. You'll be able to see that Blair has got a new Transcendent mod called Next Level Arson and Killer Recipe, both of which are going to be doing some very, very cool things. Quick recap here. Killer Recipe is going to give him sort of like a machine gun version of his first ability. Let's see if we can get a pickup here for it. So yeah, there you go. There's that machine gun ability of that. That is really cool. And it's going to also modify his other abilities that are on there. I can't wait to get my hands on that. And here is Next Level Arson. And as you can see, it only changes 2 of his skills. It's going to make his 3 kind of fan out. Instead of being like a direct napalm like line of fire, it's going to fan out, and it's going to change his first ability, which is the one I'm most excited for. It's going to make it called Merciless Arson, and that is going to make him run around and act like a fire version of Valby. You're going to see he's going to activate it here real quick, and he's just going to run through, and he's going to have fire spreading all across the ground as he's running. This looks really cool. This is something I am very, very excited to work with and play with. So next up, they gave us a sneak preview of some of the new component sets that are coming. We have Firebrand, Shell Crusher, Moving Fortress, Enlightened Mage, and Plague Auxiliary. None of these look too game-changing. I'm going to try and skip forward here on a few of these so that you can see exactly what they do here. So here's the Firebrand one. Feel free to pause the video and check any of these out as they show up. Here is the Plague Auxiliary. Here is the Moving Fortress. Here is the Enlightened Mage. And then we're moving forward to a couple of new modules that are being shown. Elemental Resistant Battlesuit doesn't seem all that great at first, but I'm sure there's some really good build potential with there, along with the Moving Fortress external component set. And if I skip forward just a little bit more, we'll see the Veil Analyzer, which looks pretty interesting. It's another successful weak point attack mod, but it gives us a nice Voltia-esque ability that's on there. Now, you're going to notice something else on these mods now. Aside from the 0% that's sitting on this mod, that's probably just a bug. you're going to see that there are these little X's and these little pluses that are showing up on these mods. This is a quality of life thing that they're adding to the game to show you whether a mod is multiplicative, if a number will be multiplicative, or if it's going to be additive, from an X to be multiplicative or a plus sign to be additive, just so at a quick glance you'll be able to tell what a mod is going to do and how it's going to affect your build. It's something that's very, very cool and very awesome for them to add in for builds at a glance. Next up here, I don't have a lot to show for this. It's basically just a concept. Outside of Void Erosion Purge levels 1 through 30, they're going to have a new Void Purge challenge mode, which is going to give you rewards once a week per character per account, as I understand it. And one of the things that they answered later on in the Q&A is what the rewards were going to be, and they just said it's going to be more weapon cores. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that. I'll let you guys decide. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about a once per week award for characters just being more weapon cores. I'm not a big fan of that, but moving on. So in addition to the Void Erosion Purge challenge mode, the top 100 players for each character will get a medal that they can display on their characters until the next season. However, in addition to that, there will be more medals in the game for those players who have been playing the game for a long time, who have achievements, who have things that they have earned. And what we can see here is the looks like there's one based around Colossus here. There's one based around what looks to be reactors and dealing with magisters. This one here is obviously detailing weapons. We have one that's based on descendants. And then we have this one here, which is prominently displayed, which is MR rank 30 version of the crest that you would normally see next to your name. Now you'll notice it's the medal that you have in your display. So it's going to be a really great way for people to kind of display and showcase and flex kind of what they've done in the game a little bit more and at a glance to other people. Kind of cool if you ask me. All right, next up, we have something that everybody's been waiting for. These are the option enhancements for reactors and for external components. You're going to see here that you will be able to upgrade the options that are already rolled on your reactor, and you're going to be upgrading them from whatever rarity they are all the way up to max. And you're going to see this is taking nano compounds and crystals here. You get plenty of these by doing Abyssal Colossus, by doing Sigma Sector, so on and so forth. Now, one thing I want to draw important note to is not only are you getting a guaranteed upgrade here, you'll see the skill cost from 0.035 to 0.036. And in addition to that, there is something called a critical success here that is going to give you a bigger boost on your upgrade. Keep in mind, your upgrade won't fail. You have a guaranteed upgrade here, but it looks like there's a small chance your upgrade can be bigger than usual, which is something that I really like on this. I really like this a lot. And it doesn't seem like it costs a lot of materials. 48,000 of each of these doesn't seem too bad, but this can change. Okay, that can change. And if we skip ahead a little bit, we'll be able to see the same thing on external components. We'll see here on the Slayer sensor, for instance, the max MP on it is 138, and you're going to go up by 3 to 141 with this upgrade. With these core energy core things here, which are going to also be added to Sigma Sector activities. So playing Sigma Sector is going to be one of the best things you can do now, because you will get reactors, you'll get these energy cores, you'll get crystals, you'll get everything you need through Sigma Sector, whether it be normal or hard mode, high risk, same thing. Oh, unfortunate. To upgrade upgrade, enhance your external components and your reactors. Now you'll notice here, 159 here on this side is the max MP that you can have on a sensor, okay? So you see here, you can go up by 3 again, and if it's a critical success, it will go up by 6. It will double the upgrade that is on there. And this bar here looks representative to the entire upgrade path that you can do for this sensor. So we're at 138 now, which puts it pretty high up here, and we can go all the way to 159. So this is going to be a really great system to look out for. It doesn't eliminate the grind for these. You will still have to get the components and the reactors with the rolls that you need on them, but they no longer have to be double gold, which is going to substantially cut down your grind time. So then you can get the rolls that you want in blue, purple, or gold, or any combination thereof. And then you can just grind out Sigma Sector. So while you're doing your RK tuning, you'll get the materials to um, upgrade your tuning along with your sensors and your reactors. A really good change, in my opinion. All right, so we have some really quick rapid fire improvements here. We've got void shards removals. I think this is meaning the void fragments are also being removed, so you won't have a way to get void shards anymore, which also means when you go to a void fusion reactor, it's not going to require those shards to open up. They didn't say anything about if we're going to be able to trade in our void shards for another material or anything since they're no longer useful. We'll see what happens there. Hard special operations are going to give unique RK factor XP now, which is really good. This is going to be things like wave defenses and Kuiper mine blockings. Sigma Sector is going to have some rewards added to it. Mainly the Descendant and Weapon XP gain is going to be increased. And you're going to get those energy control core rewards added to it, which are the things that you're going to need to upgrade your external components. I mentioned that earlier, so Sigma Sector is going to be a really good place for you to do a lot of stuff. Here's another really big one. When crafting the same weapon, when you make a copy of a weapon, you know how you have to upgrade the weapon, infuse it like 4 or 5 times to have the max unique ability on it? Well, if you crafted a duplicate of that weapon, it wouldn't have the max unique effect anymore. Now, it is going to have that. So say your Albion Cavalry gun is maxed out. You have all the little orange squares on it. It's 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5, however you want to look at it. When you craft a duplicate of that gun now, it will have the max unique ability on it, which is amazing. And in addition to that, if you've done core unlocking on that Albion Cavalry gun before, meaning you spent a core binder on it to unlock the ability to roll cores to it, that will also persist to any copies that you create. So that's going to make things so much better for making copies of weapons. We're moving on to the Serena common skin. You'll be able to hide the wings. I don't know. I think the wings are just fine the way they are. I love the way they look. They're very beautiful and they color extremely well. And they're also going to be adding filters to photo mode. So for all the new players that are out there, people that are returning to the game, they are going to be adding new player experiences to this, which is going to make the guide is going to have her own quests there. They're streamlining the main quests so you don't have to do as many missions in an area in order to proceed through the story. Improvements to how the missions are played. They're going to have a web guide integration, so you all would have to go to a website to kind of see that and look at it and see what it does. That's what it means by web guide. I know a lot of you aren't a big fan of that with the web-based events that they have had in the past, but it seems like they're kind of getting away from that a little bit, which isn't too bad. And then Ultimate Bunny is going to be able to be farmed in normal mode. So everybody's going to be having an Ultimate Bunny, whether you got it from free through the events, whether you bought it or grinded it out in the early days of the game, or if you're just coming back to the game now, new players are going to be able to farm out Bunny if they miss her in the event super easily in normal mode, which means they can take advantage of the exclusive skins in the Ultimate Bunny boxes in the new events. So they can have either the skins and go farm Bunny, or they can still just pick Ultimate Bunny. More really good changes, in my opinion, for the new players out there. All right, up next, we have some skins that are coming into the game. This is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. The corn skins, I don't know if I'm going to be slaying Vulgus in the vastness of the void or Colossus in some corn. It'll look pretty funny the first few times. I don't know, this one really isn't for me. But if this is a kind of thing that you like, it's super silly. This is a universal skin that is coming to TFD. You might like it, you might not be your thing. Moving forward, we will have Albion Academy skins here. For each of the female descendants, they will have their own skin. I envision this being kind of like the summer skins, the swimsuit skins, where there will be a huge bundle for all of them. It'll probably be $100, which would boil down to each skin being roughly $9-10, which is a very, very good deal as a huge bundle. Otherwise, you'd more than likely be able to buy them all on their own. And then in addition to that, Blair is also getting a really new, cool, badass skin. Besides his base ultimate skin that you see there, we are getting the full Devil Mech Oni skin here. This thing looks so fantastic. between the animated wings that are there, between the overall aesthetic and feel of it just looks so good. I love the way this skin has come to fruition. It looks so very good. This is going to be a day one buy for me for sure. I am all for supporting Nexon because of the balances, the male descendant buffs, the crash fixes, and other things they've been putting into the game. This is really good. It looks really awesome. I'm excited to have this skin. All right. So we have some events that are coming up. You know how Nexon does it. They have a bunch of events that go on almost all the time to collect new and great things. So it looks like we're going to be getting a bunch of boosters, gold, boxes for materials here, inventory slots. The one I want to call attention to the one on the right side over here, because this one is the one that looks really, really good. This one has got your Descendant slot and an energy activator on it with 2 crystallization catalysts. That just hits the spot for a lot of people. I know folks are always running out of space for Descendant slots, but here we are. We're getting one. Not just with ETA 0, but through the event. So this is going to be fantastic for all those people who don't put a lot of money into the game. They're getting so many upgrade materials. And guys, Nexon knocks this stuff out of the park all the time with their events. It's so good. And of course, the Spring Awakening event, where you will get a free emote where you pop out of an egg there. Looks like they're going to give you 1,000,000 gold too. The dates are on the screen from when this starts. So really cool stuff. Really good, really good, really good. Now here's a quick preview of the upcoming update for May. We're getting dynamic motion, which is the Jiggle Physics. There'll be a small demonstration of that after this. Arcade tuning sockets, which are going to be little consumable things that you can put into a specific node on your arcade tuning board, as I understand it, that will enhance it beyond what it normally has. You'll have the Void Abyss Intercept Battle Ice Maiden. So this May update, make sure you get, if you're interested in them at all, make sure you go and kill Boar Mentor however many times you need to in order to get the skins and the Colatoy that you want from that. I do believe those skins will stay even though Ice Maiden is here, so you'll be able to grind Ice Maiden for all of those, kind of like the way it was for Defiler and the Infernal Walker skins. Hard special operations are going to rotate back to Echo Swamp and Steroland. We're going to get our Party Finder system for an LFG. We're going to get View of their Descendants, which I'm assuming is going to be View their equipment loadouts. The core item changes and core weapon option multi-hit stat addition, which means cores are going to have multi-hit added to them. I'm thinking it's going to be on the orange core, where you have firepower and Colossus firepower attack. They're probably going to add multi-hit and multi-hit chance to that one. We're also getting inversion reinforcement presets. You're going to be able to change the order of your presets, which is cool. And they're going to add stickers and frames to photo mode. Photo mode isn't really something that I fuck around with a lot, but you guys might, so hey. And so we finally reached that point. Jiggle Physics are going to be Jizzle Physics. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen too. But Jiggle Physics are finally coming to the game. You'll see here Bunny in her bosom is going up and down, moving around with the bongo movement. It looks like they said the lower half, aka the buttocks of characters, will be modified to also jiggle. But here you can kind of see they're demonstrating with Bunny and their nameless fellow that the jiggle physics there are decent and easy to see. They do swap up to Serena here, a new dance emote, or that might be the dance emote we currently have. But you can see the jiggle physics going on there. This is a totally new emote that they're putting in. This is probably for the one-handed players out there. I'm just in awe of that one. So yeah, there you go. Jiggle Physics. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me for the length of the video here. If you did, or if you skipped through, doesn't really matter to me. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that was on there. And if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out quite a bit. We're growing really, really fast, which I super, super appreciate. I could not be more thankful for the viewership that's out there. If you want to keep in contact with us, we stream on Twitch Monday through Fridays from 6 p.m. to 10 to midnight Central Time. So stop by, say hi. And if you need help with anything, let us know. We pride ourselves on giving stress-free, carefree, and ego-free help. We'll help you get through whatever it is you need. And we also have a great community Discord. All those links will be down in the description below. I really hope to see you guys there. And as always, April 17th is coming up. Let's get that ultimate Blair. Let's have fun with the game and let's help each other out. Until then, 0 out.